gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms, and we got a big weekend ahead of us. It has been a big week already. I have been here, I have been there, I have been absolutely everywhere across the wrestling community. Now I am back right here in my domain, in my lair, and it's Friday, and I'm never usually making videos on Fridays, but when I do post a video here on a Friday, that could only mean that it's time for the rundown. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another video right here on YouTube.com. As of course, you already know who I am, Mr. Controversy and the operator of the best damn Twitter handle, No, absolutely fucking not. Yeah, you see, you don't speak unless you are spoken to, Squire.
I'm a grown-ass man. Who the fuck you talking to like that?
Excuse me, I'm DJ motherfucking Storms. Now, as I was saying, no. Wait for it. Wait for it. Command card! This is the official rundown for AEW Double or Nothing 2021, which of course is streaming live on Bleacher Report Live this Sunday, May 30th, with the buy-in starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And as you can see, I am not alone. Unfortunately, Hibiki TMD could not make it. He had professional obligations to attend to. Completely understandable. Don't worry, me and him will work something out for a future date. But that still does not change the fact that I am not here alone. I am here with someone for the very first time ever appearing on my channel. He is the creator of Pro Wrestling Rehab podcast and Hack 'em Up podcast. Hack 'em Up podcast, of course, is a horror movie review podcast in which I was a guest on not too long ago reviewing Halloween for the return of Michael Myers. And now, this man's right here on the channel for the very first time ever. Please help me welcome Mr. Kyle Deemer. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fucking fantastic. I mean, I'm DJ Storms. Everything that I do is absolutely must see. Everything I touch turns to gold. I'm pretty much the Roman Reigns of the IWC.
Okay. I don't know how to react to that. But, if you're Roman Reigns, then I'm fucking Kenny Omega.
Well, we're going to talk about Kenny Omega. Trust me on that. That's going to be towards the end, but thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to join me here on the channel. I greatly appreciate it. I'm definitely interested in picking your brain and seeing how you dissect professional wrestling. Although we mainly have had a lot of conversations about horror movies, we've had a little back and forth about pro wrestling here and there, but it should be very, very interesting. I want to get your overall. What'd you say?
And Godzilla.
And Godzilla, of course. I mean, like, come on. Yeah. Anything Godzilla related is fucking great. I was a Godzilla mark when I was 11 years old.
And I'm a mark for Jet Jaguar.
So, let me get your overall thoughts on the build towards Double or Nothing and the overall card.
It looks like it's going to be a very good card with the first ever in AEW history triple threat with Omega versus Pac and Orange Cassidy, and then you had the Bucks versus Moxley and Kingston. The Battle Royal, it's always going to be, you're going to have a surprise. But I'm going to say this very slowly and clearly. What were your expectations? Because if you're expecting a certain, how do I explain, American Dragon to show up, and he's not, and then you get mad, that's on you.
I don't think anyone is expecting Daniel Bryan to show up. Daniel Bryan, I would truthfully be shocked if he does show up. At this rate, if he does happen to show up in AEW, he's not showing up until like the end of the summer. His contract is up. He wants to take some extended time off for the time being. He wants to be with his family. So I do not expect Daniel Bryan. Yeah, I don't expect Daniel Bryan to show up at Double or Nothing. But we'll talk about the Casino Battle Royal in a little bit. But we have a lot of.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying when they like hire somebody like coming in like how people got like so like, oh, it's Christian when Christian showed up.
Well, that's the thing. The problem is that Tony Khan should not have hyped up someone as a game-changing signee, and he shouldn't have hyped it up as he did. He should have just had Christian come out as a surprise. If he did that, then no one would have really complained because they weren't expecting it. But the fact that they were expecting something big and they didn't get something big, that's the problem. And that's not a knock on Christian because he's been putting on some great matches ever since he came back. I loved his match with Matt Sydal. It was very, very good for the 10 minutes that it went. Matt Sydal, very, very underrated. We'll talk about Christian Cage as well, but when it comes to building something up, they need to do a better job at really laying out the foundation for something like that. Really laying out the foundation for a surprise. But as far as the surprise go in the Casino Battle Royal, I have my own theory of who's going to be the Joker card, who's going to be the surprise. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But first things first, where can we find you on social media?
Well, if you want to find me personally, my Twitter and Instagram is at Pinocchio, which is spelled P-E-N-O-A-K-E-O. I basically have the links to all my social media description below, right?
Yes, sir. I will be putting both of those links in the description.
Pro Wrestling Rehab Twitter. All right, so Pro Wrestling Rehab's Twitter is at WrestlingPWR. Hack 'em Up is at Hack 'em Podcast and I talk wrestling on one podcast and horror movies on the other.
Definitely something that you should check out. Definitely something that you should check out, people. Definitely something that you should check out. I was on one of those episodes back in March, so that's actually the best episode of Hack 'em Up Podcast. Just letting you
know. By plays, I think Halloween 2, but I think yours is like second or third.
Second or third. We're gonna have to fix that because
we're
gonna have to fix that because DJ Storm should always be at the top of the list.
No, I'm being honest. I think because I released Halloween 2 on Halloween. That's probably why I got all those plays.
That makes sense. But as far as your boy goes, you can follow me on the Twitter sticks at History Maker DJS. You'll find out why I am the operator of the best damn Twitter handle known to mankind. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at TheDJStorms. Add me on Facebook as well for collaborations and business inquiries. Please send me an email. My email is, of course, StormsTakeOver@gmail.com. Like the official DJ Storms business page, and I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms Posse group on Facebook. That is, all those links are in the description. If you missed the AEW Double or Nothing roundtable discussion with Wesley Williams, Matt Moody, and Mr. Joseph Conlon, that link is in the description. Please go check that out. And on top of that, if you missed my appearance on the Top Rope Squishy channel, where I went one-on-one with Squishtradamus, and we preview and predicted Double or Nothing on her channel. Please go check that out. She is an absolute sweetheart, an absolute gem. Coming from a guy that hates everyone, she is a diamond in the rough if I've ever seen one. So please go and check that one out if you missed it. Tomorrow is, of course, the Lightning Flash update. We got a lot of material to talk about, including Adnan Burke is gone. He is gone. He is being replaced by Jimmy Smith. We also got the fact that NXT UK could see a purge of talent. WWE's been releasing talent over the course of the last month. They've been releasing talent, executives, ring announcers, commentators. So we're going to talk about who from NXT UK could possibly see a release. And on top of that, the big story is the fact that Cena is returning on the same day that live crowds are coming back full time for WWE, and it's on a SmackDown. It's not on a Raw. So, could that mean they're setting up for Cena and Reigns at SummerSlam? We're going to talk about that tomorrow. All that and so much more. And if you guys haven't already done so, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. We're about 10 minutes into the video. If you haven't already liked the video, see, there's a little like button. It's like, right down there. It's right down there. All you need to do is scroll down. Yeah, there you go. I mean, come on. Kyle Deemer's on here for the first time ever. I know that Johnny Ortiz, bro, and 23 Revelation, you fuckers are in here. I know you're watching, you bastards. So hit the damn like button. I got Kyle on here. All right? Hit the like button if you haven't already done so. Let's try and shoot for 30 likes. 30 likes is the goal. I'd like to see if we can get to maybe 40, but we'll leave the goal at 30 for now. Please make sure you hit that like button when you come in. And, of course, in order for us to get to that goal, you got to make sure you share out the stream on all platforms of social media. I'm talking about Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and Tumblr. We need to get everyone in here. Notify everyone that DJ Storms is on YouTube with a new video. I'm talking about your mothers, your fathers, your brothers, your sisters, your sons, your daughters, your aunts, your uncles, your grandmothers, your grandfathers, your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th cousins twice removed, your dogs, your cats. Excuse me, what?
Just hit the bell.
No.
Just hit the bell.
No, I'm not done. No, I am not done, Kyle. Shut the fuck up. Your dogs, your cats, and especially your guinea pigs, because I have article upon article lodged in my laptop. It's taking up so much fucking space that if guinea pigs are exposed to DJ Storms, they are said to live long, happy, healthy, fruitful lives. So if you got a guinea pig and you want her to live a long, happy, healthy, fruitful life, give him or her a daily dose of the Jersey Devil. Of course, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell with a huge coup de grace. That way you will know whenever I pop up on YouTube. Because whenever I pop up on YouTube, it is, of course, the best time to be on YouTube. It is the only time where you're going to get to see this glorious sideburn chin strap combination. This beautiful mustache right there. Give me 1 second. I got it, motherfuckers. I got my lucky comb back. As Earl Cole calls it, the magic comb. You already know. Just give me 1 second.
He's flexing for us right now.
Everybody wants a piece of the Stormsmeister. You already know. Anyway, enough of the self-brand promotion and the advertisements. We're going to get straight into the matches here. The buy-in pre-show was announced. It is Riho taking on Serena Deeb. This is for the NWA Women's World Championship. I'm actually going to hand it over to you, bro. I'm going to hand it over to you first. And I want to get your expertise analysis on Riho versus Serena Deeb for the NWA Women's World Championship. Let me hear it.
Well, this is a rematch from that the tournament that right the Eliminator tournament, right? Mm-hmm. That Riho beat Serena. Serena was working hurt. That's probably why it was good, but it wasn't like as good, I guess. So Serena's 100%. So this could be a really good match. I don't know if I don't know on the NWA side. Like I guess it's Camille. I guess that they're trying to build up to face Serena, or maybe Thunder Rosa, or some other people. I don't watch Power, so.
Well, I have a theory as to what they're doing. I'm actually glad that they're not going with Thunder Rosa just yet out of the gate. I have a theory that they're trying to get Serena Deeb back into the swing of things, and then when the time is right, sometime this summer, we're going to see Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa. And I have this theory. I said back during the feud with Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa that they needed to revisit that feud down the line for the AEW Women's World Championship, right? So I got to thinking. My creative juices started flowing. Thunder Rosa did say that she wants the NWA Women's World Championship. She wants the AEW Women's World Championship. She wants to take over the wrestling industry, right? So what if in the summertime, Serena Deeb takes on Thunder Rosa, and Thunder Rosa wins the NWA Women's World Championship back? Britt Baker, we all know, is going to win the AEW Women's World Championship. What if...
That's in the first.
what if, at Full Gear, final pay-per-view of the year, Tony Khan sees a big opportunity and we see the revisitation of Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker, but this time it is title for the NWA and the AEW Women's World Championship. Thunder Rosa walks out of Full Gear at the end of the year with both championships.
So basically, like what Impact and AEW are doing with Omega when they had the match with Swan, basically.
Exactly. If you want to make the women's division a top draw and you really want to generate some real interest in Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker, the women's division as a whole, I would absolutely give Thunder Rosa the NWA Women's World Championship, build towards a title for title match with Britt Baker at Full Gear, and that could be your top tier match for the women, with Thunder Rosa winning both championships heading into 2021 and 22.
That's a possibility.
I would absolutely go forth with that. That is huge.
No, I mean, I would love that, but like, I don't know what Tony Khan and Billy Corgan have plans for both their companies.
Well, at the same point in time, you do have to remember the fact that they're in this working relationship and they're allowing the NWA Women's World Championship to be defended on AEW television, and they've allowed this for the last year. You can imagine that they do have a pretty solid working relationship. If I'm Tony Khan, I would absolutely do whatever I need to do to make that happen. That would be fucking huge for both NWA and AEW, Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, and the women's division as a whole. But all that's going to start, in my eyes, with Serena Deeb retaining the NWA Women's World Championship here against Riho. Should be a very good match, a nice solid performance with both women to get everyone settled in. I expect Serena Deeb to retain.
Yeah, champion retains, because Riho's like very cold. She hasn't really done anything since, I guess, when Maki showed up. Was it the last time I saw anything with her?
What she really is right now is she's mainly a solid hand to enhance others. She's there to give others a great match, but she's not there to really go anywhere because she's already had her moment in the sun as the women's champion when they first gave her the women's championship all the way back in October of 2019. So right now, it's all about everyone else around her being enhanced through her and her having a great match, because she's already had her moment in the sun.
Yeah, it's like a X-Pac type or Hardcore Holly type back in the day.
Exactly.
Like, to elevate somebody for another level.
Exactly. So we're Serena Deeb across the board here. Serena Deeb is going to retain the NWA Women's World Championship against Riho. Main show. Let's talk about the Casino Battle Royale, where the winner is going to get an AEW World Championship match. They really need to chill with these Battle Royals. If you want to make the Battle Royal a one-time thing for Double or Nothing, I would have no problem with that. I would just keep AEW Double or Nothing and the Casino Battle Royal. I would make that a standalone match at Double or Nothing. But all the other pay-per-views and all the other big events, no need for a Battle Royal, no need for a match where everyone's in it. It's not visually pleasing, and everyone only cares about the final 5, the final 6, because that's when it really starts to get good. That's when it really starts to get suspenseful. So at the end of the day, if you want to do a Battle Royal, just stick with the Casino Battle Royale for Double or Nothing. There was no need to put a Casino Tag Team Royale on Revolution. No reason to do a Casino Battle Royal at All Out of last year. There was no reason to do that. So at the end of the day, just stick with the Casino Battle Royal for Double or Nothing because it fits the theme of Double or Nothing. As far as... sorry.
Sorry for interrupting. No, did they do a casino ladder match too?
Yeah, last year.
The Brian Cage one?
Yeah, it wasn't a very good ladder match either. It was a very overcrowded ladder match.
I get the theme of because they were supposed to be in Vegas and last year and this year, and the first one was in Vegas. They get the casino theme and stuff like that, but just keep it as that, not a Revolution doesn't need a casino battle royal.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So, there are a couple of big names in here. We got Jungle Boy, Christian Cage, Powerhouse Hobbs, Matt Sydal. Some Dark Order members are in this. But at the end of the day, I do not see any of those individuals winning this, especially Christian Cage. He should not be winning this. Way too early for Christian Cage to be getting an AEW World Championship match. He's only been with AEW for 3 months. You're not just going to put him against Kenny Omega after 3 months. Way too soon, especially as a babyface. It's going to feel like Roman Reigns from 2017, 2018. You should not be putting Christian Cage against Kenny Omega this early. Here's what should be done. Did you happen to watch Impact Wrestling's Under Siege?
No. But I've seen them. I know what happened with like Moose winning the 5-way and Kenny losing the 6-man.
It was actually a 6-way in the main event, and that Moose won. And everyone had their money on Sami Callihan, but the Good Brothers came out and fucked him over. And Moose ended up winning that match. And now Moose is taking on Kenny Omega for the Impact World Heavyweight Championship at Against All Odds on June 12th, right? But where does that leave Sami? Where does that leave Sami Callihan? At the end of the day, Sami Callihan was fucked over by the Good Brothers. So, if you really want to make this Casino Battle Royale a must-see attraction, if you really want to get a huge pop out of the packed crowd in Daly's Place, a full sold-out, packed-out crowd, if you want to get a big pop, what do? You pull some strings. Sami Callihan comes out as the Joker, and Sami Callihan wins the Battle Royal as a fuck you to the Good Brothers and fights Omega next for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, furthering the Forbidden Door storyline that they had been doing. Sami Callihan comes out as the Joker. He is my prediction to win the Casino Battle Royal.
Okay. That's a possibility. And actually, the good for Impact because it's somebody that's not Anderson and Gallows appearing on AEW. That's actually like when this whole thing started. That's when what should have happened is like both companies that bring people over, not just Kenny Omega and Anderson and Gallows on both shows.
So here's my question to you. So with that being said, are you in the same camp that Sami Callihan's going to do it, or do you have another prediction?
No, but I hear there's a story going on Dark Elevation with QT Marshall and Paul White. Apparently they have like beef or something. And as a swerve, because Paul White's announced as being a commentator for this match.
Yeah.
What about he just pops in, just eliminates QT, just because he's also signed to wrestle. He's not just there to be a commentator.
That's not going to work out. We really don't need that at all. If anything, Big Show or Paul White, I can only see him working maybe 2 or 3 matches, and it's not going to be in the Casino Battle Royal. There's no reason why he needs to be in this match. That would be an awful, awful idea. If you are going to get Paul White in there and you're going to have him compete, there's only about 3 or 4 matches I can see him competing against. Number 1 would be against Cody. Number 2 would be against Lance Archer. Number 3 would be against Brian Cage. And number 4, maybe against someone like a Wardlow. Yeah, but outside of that, you really think he's going to be in the Casino Battle Royal? That would not resonate well.
I'm just saying it's a possibility. I'm not saying it's like etched in stone, but it's a possibility.
So who wins?
And then like somebody like, I don't know, if he was in, I said Christian because remember he had that thing with Omega. Remember when the first AEW Dynamite he appeared on, he had that little brawl with Omega, and then he held the belt. You could build it he has it in his back pocket. Omega can defend against other wrestlers until, let's say, Full Gear, Revolution, or maybe, Full Gear or Revolution. You don't have to be all in. You don't have to be that. You can just wait until near the end of the year. Still have Christian, you could build it up. You don't have to be like pull the trigger in August.
But that's pretty much what they're going to be doing. Like the winner pretty much gets a shot immediately after they win. It's not a built-up storyline. That's pretty much what AEW's been doing. That's why I said Sami Callihan, because whoever faces Omega between now and when he faces Adam Hangman Page for the championship, then they're all going to lose. So Sami Callihan, he could take a loss. And Sami Callihan would honestly be the best possible route and the best possible story, and it would actually generate a lot more intrigue than Christian Cage would. If they pull the trigger on Christian Cage, it is not going to resonate well, and you're running a huge risk of Christian being booed out of the building.
I mean, it depends on like when that match is going to happen. If they say, hey, if it's going to be on all out, all out, then yeah, he's going to get booed. But let's say like down the line, let's say like make it seem like a Money in the Bank situation type thing too. It could be any time he wants.
They could do that, but I just don't see them doing it. If Christian wins, they're going to do it immediately at the next show, probably a Fyter Fest, considering that that's probably going to be a show between Double or Nothing and All Out. All Out, I absolutely see Adam Hangman Page facing Omega, and I see Adam Hangman Page taking the title off of Omega. Page is the correct guy to do it. You can't. It's no one but Page.
It's Page is the correct guy, but not in August. Like, build it up, because he's still got the whole Dark Order thing, and he's being
It's not going to be in August. It's going to be in September, because that's Labor Day weekend. It's at the beginning of September.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend. I'm saying that, like, wait until like maybe November, because he's still building up, like, he's the story with Page is like he's trying to build back up his wins back.
Well, that's why they're doing the Team Taz storyline. If anything, the correct route here would be to have Sami Callihan win the Battle Royal, and Christian Cage, he's also still in a program with Team Taz. So that would have Christian, you could have Christian Cage and Page team up, and they could fight Team Taz as an interim program before they move on to bigger and better things. So Christian Cage doesn't have to win the Battle Royal. He continues his feud with Team Taz. Page continues his feud with Team Taz. Then Christian Cage can move on to something else while Page goes to fight for the World Championship. All Out's the best possible place to pull the trigger on Page, because that's their WrestleMania. That's been established as their biggest show of the year. That is the pay-per-view where Jericho became the first ever AEW World Champion. That was the show that started it all when it was All In. Now it's All Out.
Yeah. No, I'm just. I don't know. It's just. It's just a thought. I mean, I say Christian because it's like the safest. I mean, sometimes predictable's good. Being predictable is not bad.
No. I didn't say it was. I didn't say predictable was bad. But in this scenario, I'm just saying it's way too soon. Way too soon. And I'm telling you, your theory about waiting on Christian Cage, it's a good theory. But at the end of the day, every single time someone has won one of these battle royals, they get the next shot. So they don't wait. So whoever wins this is ultimately getting the next shot. That's why I say Sami.
Yeah, because like there is that ADHD looking of like, oh, let's pull the trigger. Like I see that point too. But yeah, I say Christian just
just for the safest route.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's some that we're going to put some money on right there. That's some we're going to put some money on. But next match, speaking of Adam Hangman Page, Adam Hangman Page versus Brian Cage. This came about after Brian Cage attacked Page, leading into a matchup about a month ago on Dynamite in which Brian Cage actually beat Page after he ambushed him. He actually beat Page within 6 minutes. This is actually a match that could end up being the sleeper match of the night. This is a match that I'm personally looking forward to. This is a match that could definitely be revisited down the line as an AEW World Championship match. Something that I'm personally very interested in. And I expect Adam Hangman Page to win this. Team Taz got the upper hand on him leading into this match, but I see Adam Hangman Page getting the upper hand and gaining his win back, and I'm actually glad that they're not putting him in the Battle Royal, and they're not just giving him that opportunity at the Battle Royal and risking him going up against Omega too soon. So, if they want to, I could see this match possibly kicking off the show. I do see Adam Hangman Page winning, and if they want to, they could have these guys go out there and just steal the fucking show altogether. I expect Page to win, and I do expect Page to continue his feud with Team Taz going into the summer months, leading to Adam Hangman Page eventually getting the win, and finally dispatching of Team Taz leading into All Out, where Adam Hangman Page will fight Omega for the AEW World Championship and win. And Adam Hangman Page, he's going to be the top-tier babyface in AEW going into the fall and winter months. Now, where does Team Taz go? I have a feeling Team Taz is breaking up sooner rather than later. The clock is ticking on Team Taz. I don't know when they're going to pull the trigger, but I have a feeling after they get done with Christian Cage and Page, considering that they are two big major stars, I do not see them getting past Christian Cage and Adam Hangman Page, and I see Team Taz splitting up after Page and Christian Cage take care of business there. But as far as this match goes, I expect this to be a barn burner, and I expect Adam Hangman Page to get the win, continuing the feud with Team Taz going into the summer. Mr. Deemer, what you got for me?
Page. It's obviously Page because he's the big baby face, and what you're saying is all correct. It sucks that Ricky Starks broke his neck.
He didn't break it. It's a fracture, and he does not require surgery, so he'll be back by August.
Okay, but I'm saying it sucks that because he was gonna wrestle Christian.
It'll come. It's gonna come. If Starks, maybe he gets back. Maybe he gets back ahead of schedule. Maybe he wrestles Christian in July. Who knows? Maybe he gets back ahead of schedule.
No, I'm saying it sucks for him because that's the reason why Christian's in the Battle Royal is because Starks hurt his neck.
It is what it is.
I forgot to mention.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. But, the cracks from Team Taz started, after the Sting and Darby match. Remember when Brian Cage gave respect to Sting and Darby?
Yes.
They're all thinking, what the fuck are you doing? I think if they're gonna, lose and then, Hook and Hobbs are gonna, jump Cage. Because they failed them again.
Do you think that's going to happen at Double or Nothing, or do you think they're going to wait a little bit more and then pull the trigger later on in the summer?
Maybe I think a slow burn would be better. Create more tension and then boom.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta slowly, because remember they were first mad at Cage and then everything's fine. You gotta continue that, show the cracks more and more and more, and then kick him out.
So, do you see Page and Cage taking on Team Taz later on in the summer? Probably at a Fyter Fest?
Christian Cage and Christian and Hangman?
Yes.
Possibly. If they're continuing Christian's involvement against Team Taz.
It would make sense for them to do that, but we're Adam Hangman Page across the board here. Let's move on. Let's move on to second women's match. We got Hikaru Shida taking on Britt Baker for the AEW Women's World Championship. I'm actually going to give this one over to you. Give me your expertise analysis and your prediction on Shida and Baker.
It's time. It's time. You know what I mean by it's time. It's time. Give Britt the title.
I have a feeling that this is what they were saving it for. I have a feeling they wanted to get Shida to a year-long reign as champion, so that way when you have Baker take the title off of her, that way you can have Baker be the one to brag over and over again how, hey, I was the one that ended Shida's reign. I ended the reign of not only the longest reigning women's champion, but the longest reigning champion in AEW history, period. So that's where I feel as though the delay came. Because everyone was predicting Britt Baker to win the tournament and take the title from Shida at Revolution. Yeah. But overall, I do believe that this route, it's definitely going to help Britt Baker a bit. And listen, I understand everyone's concerns with Shida. Trust me, I'm in the same boat. But at the end of the day, you can't deny that she's credible. She's credible. Someone that beats everyone that's been put in front of her, and someone that holds the title for that long, you're credible. Shida's been the woman to defeat everyone that's been put in front of her straight up. No bullshit, no underhanded tactics, clean. So at the end of the day, this is going to be Britt Baker's crowning achievement, where she gains that credibility. All this credibility that Hikaru Shida built up over the course of the last year, that is going to be transferred from Shida to Baker. And then that is obviously going to set up Baker and Rosa down the line. Now, who can you see fighting Baker after she inevitably beats Shida? You got a wide plethora of challengers in my eyes. You got Red Velvet, you got Ty Conti, you got Nyla Rose, you got Chris Statlander, but ultimately Thunder Rosa is the end game, and Thunder Rosa is going to be the woman that inevitably takes that title from Britt Baker. So, do you think that this is going to be better than their match that they had in April of 2020?
Yeah, if you give it enough time and pace it well, because Brett has all the momentum from the Lights Out match still, and Shida had great matches with like Tay Conti and all the other challengers she has. So I'm trying to explain. I think it'd be a good match. Just if you give it time.
So here's something. Do you see Shida getting an automatic rematch afterwards, or is she mainly going to be used to help enhance others? In my eyes, I think it's time that Shida is used to help enhance others. We'll probably see Shida do the job for probably Nyla Rose. She'll probably do the job for Red Velvet, for Ty Conti, so that way they can get to Britt Baker.
Yeah, I say one rematch on TV, just get it out of the way, and then have her, be a mid-card, or whatever, terminology for the women's they have, have her enhance or beat whoever and be a solid good hand.
At this rate, yeah, she's probably going to have to take on the Riho route. And she's going to have to do the job to help enhance others, so that way they can get to Britt Baker, because Britt Baker is going to be the queen of that division throughout the summer. She is going to be the number one woman, and she's going to really do that title well. The three most powerful letters in wrestling today: DMD. Mm-hmm. So, hey, your favorite match right here is coming up next. Anthony Ogogo versus Cody Rhodes. Listen.
The American Dream, Cody Rhodes.
Listen. Cody's promo was great. Cody's promo was excellent. And I really do appreciate the fact that Cody Rhodes, he's a guy that makes everything feel more important than it really is, even if it means nothing. And let's be honest here. This match means absolutely fucking nothing. This match means nothing. This match is probably the most worthless match on an AEW pay-per-view, probably since the 8-man tag team match with the Dark Order taking on Dustin Rhodes, QT Marshall, Matt Cardona, and Scorpio Sky. That was a fun match, though, but that did not need to be on the show. Maybe the most worthless match since Joey Janela versus Serpentico on the buy-in back at All Out of 2020. But again, this match means nothing. Cody's promo was great, though. I will give him credit where credit's due. He made the match feel like the most important thing in the world, and I appreciate that. But I mean, come on.
Which is his job.
Yeah, that's his job, and he's great at his job. But at the end of the fucking day, you ain't gonna fucking tell me that Anthony Ogogo has actually done something to warrant this opportunity. You're not going to come out and say that Anthony Ogogo has proved himself. You're not going to come out and say that Anthony Ogogo has taken the world by storm. You're not going to fucking tell me that Anthony Ogogo has busted his ass for so many years. No, he hasn't. What the fuck has he done to prove to you? All he's done is a plethora of right hands to the gut and a pop-up punch. That's all he's done. All of a sudden, that constitutes you as fucking worthy of a shot at a pay-per-view against someone like Cody fucking Rhodes, of all people? Here's what I'm gonna say. Tony Khan better know what the fuck he's doing. He better know what the fuck he's doing with Anthony Ogogo. If we are not seeing what Anthony Ogogo can really do, and Anthony Ogogo is gonna show up to work and he's going to deliver a semi-decent match with Cody, and we're going to see something other than a gut punch, then God bless him. But based on what we've seen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Anthony Ogogo deserves this opportunity, because he's done absolutely fucking nothing. I would like to hope that maybe he does surprise us, because Shaq surprised us, Red Velvet surprised us, Jade Cargill surprised us, Pat McAfee surprised us, Bad Bunny surprised us. So there's potential that Anthony Ogogo could surprise us, but I am not going to sit here and tell you that Anthony Ogogo is going to surprise us when I have not seen anything. It's a possibility, but at the end of the fucking day, a gut punch don't fucking warrant you a match with Cody Rhodes at Double or Nothing, and this is not going to be a good look if this flops. Anthony Ogogo, I'm hoping that he shows up to work, and I'm hoping that he delivers with Cody. Now, if he shows up to work and he can wrestle, then I'll advocate for him to go over. But if he's not ready, if he's clearly not ready and all we see is a fucking punch to the gut, there's no fucking way that Cody Rhodes should be losing this. You're not going to have Cody Rhodes lose unless you actually have big plans for Anthony Ogogo, and Ogogo is ready. Everyone needs to take a loss for a specific reason. You're not going to have Cody do the job for Anthony Ogogo unless you have plans to push Anthony Ogogo up the ladder. And right now, there's a lot of people that are ahead of Anthony Ogogo. So I can't call this match right down the middle, but something's telling me that Anthony Ogogo just is not ready. So I wouldn't understand why Cody wouldn't get the win when Anthony's clearly not ready. Maybe we do see Anthony surprise us. I don't know. It's a little too tough to call.
Let's see. The build-up I don't like. It should have been like, Cody, I recruited you to be in the Nightmare Factory. I trained you this and that, and then you portrayed me citing QT. Not, well, you're a Brit and I'm an American, even though there's no, tension. And I get like he's trying to do what his dad did with Nikita Koloff, but the problem is like that was during the Cold War. But like the build-up is like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not, the build-up's not really logically sensitive. And Cody's saying like that promo, which as decisive as it was like part of a focus group or whatever. Like I don't understand. The story should have been simple, and it's complex.
I don't think it's really complex. I feel as though Cody took it from 0 to 100 a little too quickly. That's probably it. Like Cody took it from the ground into the stratosphere in one night with the promo. And yes, it was a great promo. He made it feel very important, but I feel as though that's where everything just kind of falls flat, because considering we have not seen anything from Anthony Ogogo, and we haven't seen anything that really resonates with Anthony Ogogo as being ready, and the fact that Cody took it from 0 to 100 as quickly as he did, it's making it feel like this is going to be a big deal, when in reality, it's not a big deal at all, because no matter who wins this, it really doesn't matter, because Ogogo's not going anywhere within the next few months. He's not going to be a fucking TNT champion because there's too many people ahead of him. And Cody, whether he wins or loses, he's going away to be a father. So,
yeah.
I feel as though that's where the problem is with this match. Anthony Ogogo, I don't know. I really don't know what he's been doing as far as the Nightmare Factory goes, but I'd like to have a little bit of hope that, considering he's working with Cody Rhodes and how Cody's been training him, I'd like to believe that the fact that he's working with Cody and he's worked with Cody in the Nightmare Factory and he's trained with Cody, I'd like to believe that he's comfortable with Cody and they're going to deliver a semi-decent match, because that's all I want. I just want a semi-decent match. I want something that's not going to suck.
No, there's going to be, and I'm going to use a pun, no pun intended, but there's going to be a lot of smoke and mirrors too, because Ogogo is green. He's never actually had a real full wrestling match that's in front of 5,000 people. He's an Olympic boxer, so...
This is a sink or swim. They're throwing him into the deep end very, very quickly. They better know what the fuck they're doing.
Exactly.
So who wins?
Ooh. That's a toss-up. It's a toss-up as well, because, like, you can have Cody be the triumphant babyface, but also you can have Ogogo win with a fuck finish with, interference from, Nick Camarado, Aaron Solo, QT Marshall, all the factory members, running in.
I mean, Ogogo could win clean, too. Ogogo could win clean, too, because Cody's been losing a lot of big matches clean. He lost the TNT title to Darby Allin clean. He lost the mixed tag team match with Red Velvet clean. He lost the Face of the Revolution ladder match. So he could very well lose this match clean.
Yeah, he can lose. He can get a liver shot and then sell it like he just died.
If anything, I could probably see a pop-up right hand. The pop-up right hand, that's much better than the gut punch.
Yeah.
Because that gut punch, it doesn't look good. It does not look good as a finisher.
No, the issue is, like, I think when the first time he did it, it was the same night as Tyson, and Tyson was going to get the knockout, spot with Cash from FTR. So it's Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson gets what Mike Tyson wants. Sorry, Olympic boxer.
It really is fucking stupid, but I want to have some hope. I want to have hope. I want to be positive, and I want to believe that we are in for a semi-decent performance. Let's see what Anthony Ogogo can produce with Cody Rhodes. I'll actually go with Anthony Ogogo here. I have a feeling that Cody, let me tell you something. Cody's putting a lot of pressure on himself. Because Cody is now in a position where he needs to bust his fucking ass to make Ogogo look good. Not just Ogogo's not the only one with pressure. Cody's got a lot of pressure on himself as well.
Yeah.
If this fails, they're both to blame.
I mean, it's probably more on Cody than Ogogo because Cody, hyped this up. Cody trained him. It's all more on Cody than Ogogo because...
We'll see what happens there.
Ogogo's doing what he's being told to do.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. But I'm actually going to go with Ogogo here. Moving on to the next match, we got Sting and Darby Allin versus Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Now, listen, the pairing between Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's horrible, because it's not. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's jack shit. Page is a great wrestler. Sky's a great wrestler. They both can carry themselves very well on the microphone. But it's just very, very odd. It's very odd. It's very confusing. It just came out of fucking thin air. The storyline it makes sense. It makes sense to a certain extent. Sky is targeting Sting because he sees Sting as a has-been. Paige is targeting Darby because they have history on the independent scene, and Paige wants to be the nail in Darby's coffin. I get it. It's not necessarily shit. The Miro Kip Sabian best friend storyline, that was shit. That was shit.
I fucking hated that.
Yeah.
I hated it. And I love Orange Cassidy.
That will go down as the worst program in AEW history. Only 2 positives came out of that. Number 1, Miro got his first win on pay-per-view. And number 2, Arcade Anarchy, in which we saw the return of Chris Statlander. Those were the only 2 positives to come out of that 6-month program. Other than that, completely unnecessary. Overstayed its fucking welcome. Overstayed its fucking welcome. Terrible. So, comparing this to that, this isn't necessarily bad, but it's very confusing, very odd, very out of the blue, and the partnership with Paige and Sky, it's just not really clicking, and I don't know where they're headed. I'm not sure if they're going to be a heel team for the babyface team that takes the title off of the Bucks. I'm not sure if they're going to continue this feud with Darby and Sting after Double or Nothing. I'm not sure if they're going to be singles guys. I'm not sure where they're going. I'm not sure where they're going, and I'm not sure what this is for. And it honestly seems like they just paired these 2 together to fight Darby and Sting in a tag team match at Double or Nothing, and they needed to get the TNT title off of Darby. I don't really know where this is leading to. I don't know where this is going. The match should be very good. And honestly, it could swing either way. This match could swing either way. You could have Sting and Darby come out victorious, and you could possibly have them continue this feud. Maybe Darby goes after Miro again in the TNT title, or you could have Paige and Sky win. And maybe we get singles matches. Maybe we get Sting versus Scorpio Sky. Maybe we get Ethan Page versus Darby Allin. That's definitely something that I would love to see personally, Paige and Darby Allin. It's a toss-up. I don't know who's going to win this. Maybe we see Sting lose this match with Darby Allin taking the pin, and then Sting turns on Darby Allin, and we get a build towards Sting versus Darby. And because that is one of the main reasons why Khan brought Sting into AEW. He brought Sting into AEW to boost up Darby Allin and boost him into the main event scene. This could very well be it. Darby Allin could lose this match, and then Sting turns heel, and we get Sting and Darby Allin at All Out. Darby beats Sting, and Sting takes a break for a little bit. That's what we could be looking at. It's a very, very interesting scenario. But I'm actually going to go with Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky to win this. I'm going to go with them to win this by beating Darby Allin. How about you?
All right, so here's some facts that you didn't mention. This is the first match that Sting has had in front of a live crowd since Night of Champions 2015.
Yes.
Sting is 61, 62 years old. Darby's going to take a lot of the work. He's going to take the heat spots. Sting's going to come into the hot tag. So they're going to hide Sting. And thank God he's with men who are like half his age.
Well, yeah. These 4 men, these 3 men, Darby Allin, Ethan Page, and Scorpio Sky, they're absolutely going to do their job. And I know for a fact. Yeah, they're going to protect Sting. They're going to do what they need to do. Sting is there to help others. At the end of the day. So I see Sting doing a lot for Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
I'm just saying, remember, Sting has a bad neck.
Well, yeah, at the end of the day, yes, he does. But the fact that he's willingly going out there and competing, I would have to imagine that he talked to his doctors and he got cleared. He wouldn't just be going out there. He wouldn't just be going out there with absolutely no regard for his safety. He would have to be working with people that he trusts.
No, I'm not saying he's like being like. I'm just saying like just there's a reminder like this is a 61-year-old man with a fucked up neck.
Well, he did get powerbombed by Brian Cage and he was fine.
Yeah. But still, it's a wrestling match. They have their lives in their hands, so it's just just trying to be mindful of like,
As long as he doesn't take any bumps on the neck, then he's fine. He lands, like if Scorpio Sky does his finisher on him, his finisher is a TKO. He'll land just fine. He'll land on his stomach. So he's fine there. If we see a power slam, then he lands on his back. We see a clothesline, lands on his back. It's fine. So as long as he's not doing a fucking tornado DDT on him, then we're fine. And not a fucking ego's edge from the top rope, then you're fine.
Oh yeah, or buckle bomb.
No buckle bombs. There's not going to be any buckle bombs in this match. If anything, they'll probably tease it, but Sting will reverse it.
Yeah, well, I think what's going to happen is, like, Darby gets Sting in for the hot tag, Sting does stinger splashes, and maybe go for the death drop. I'd say the heels win. I don't know if Sting's going to turn heel, because Sting as a heel, he's not that good as a heel. He's great as a babyface, but I don't know. Maybe Darby turns heel. I don't know.
I don't see Darby turning heel. Darby is their version of Daniel Bryan and Jeff Hardy combined.
And Sting with the face paint.
And Sting as well. There's no way that Darby's going to turn heel. Sting, if he does turn heel, he's probably just going to be a heel for, a couple months, and then that's it anyway. And then he'll take a break.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I've seen Sting as a heel. He's not that good as a heel.
Well, that was back in the day. That was back in the day, so you have to imagine that Sting has evolved, and you have to imagine that if they are going to go forth with Sting as a heel, then they're probably going to do what they need to do to work with his strengths and hide his weaknesses. That's the main thing. The one thing that AEW does the best is they work with everyone's strengths and they hide their weaknesses. They work towards the strength of someone like a Darby Allin or a Sting or a Britt Baker or a Hikaru Shida, Cody and Paige and Cage and Serena, Deeb, Lance Archer, Miro. They work with people's strengths rather than their weaknesses. Yeah. So I have to imagine that they're going to do what they need to do.
So if Sting was to turn heel, he'd be like a heel version of the Crow character then. He wouldn't talk and he would just attack Darby for no reason.
Exactly. I mean, if they want to have him talk, like, he can explain why he did what he did to Darby, like, you couldn't carry the load. You couldn't carry the load. You lost the TNT Championship. Then you lost at Double or Nothing. And I'm over here trying to advocate for you. I'm over here trying to bring you up the ladder because I saw something in you and you fucking let me down. He could just very short, sweet, and simple. And then we eventually get that match.
Yeah, I think the heels. I mean, Darby can still. I mean, Darby isn't like fucked. You know, like he can take losses and he's not gonna like ruin them.
Exactly.
But I don't know why Paige and Scorpio Sky are together because like Scorpio Sky was just in a tag team, a faction, and then he left to be a singles guy, and then he's back on team. It's like, you know how like it's like how like they broke up the Iconics, but then like have Peyton Royce with Lacey Evans. It makes no, you know what I'm saying?
Very odd, very, very odd.
Yeah.
So you see Paige and Sky taking the win here?
Yeah, because like they're more new, I guess. Like Paige is still new to the company. Scorpio Sky's a vicious heel. They could take out Sting with that heel hook.
We'll see what happens there, but that definitely would not be a bad idea whatsoever. Moving on to the AEW World Tag Team Championship title match. We got the Young Bucks taking on Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. This is another one that could definitely swing either way. But at the end of the day, I really don't see a reason why you would give Moxley and Kingston the tag team titles. Mainly because of the fact that, A, Jon Moxley's a made man. He doesn't need the championship. And B, he's going away in the summer months because his wife Renee's about to give birth to a baby girl. So why would you put the championship on Jon Moxley if he's got obligations to be a father? What happens with Eddie Kingston? I don't know. I could definitely see Eddie Kingston going into a program with Miro for the TNT Championship after Double or Nothing, but ultimately, as far as AEW and the World Championship title, World Tag Team title scene goes, the Young Bucks, they're the top of the line now as the top heel tag team, and they need to continue to be built up and when the time is right, then you can utilize them to put over a new team, like a Jurassic Express, possibly at All Out. That's what I would do. I would wait till All Out, and I would have the Young Bucks hold those titles till All Out, and I would pull the trigger on Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and you could really make a big deal out of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus beating the Young Bucks. And it's interesting that you point out that 1 year ago at All Out, we saw Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks, and we saw the Young Bucks beat Jurassic Express. They could play that up. This time, it's for the AEW World Tag Team titles. And boom, boom. You have Jurassic Express go up against the Bucks, you have them beat the Bucks, and they can hold the titles going into the new year. But as far as this match goes, I do expect it to be a very good match. I would not be surprised if this match kicks off the show. And I don't see Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston winning. If they do win, good for them, good for Eddie Kingston, but at the end of the day, it really wouldn't make too much sense because Moxley's a made man and he's going away to be a father. So I expect this match to be a very good match. I expect this match to possibly kick off the show, and I do expect the Young Bucks to retain the championships. Floor is yours.
All right. You also forgot the fact that Moxley is also the IWGP United States champion. So he can also have New Japan stuff to do, too, in L.A.
Exactly.
It'd be great to kick off the show with Moxley coming out with Wild Thing by X and the crowd just singing the song. Like, you ever seen the movie Major League?
I have not, actually.
Alright, so Charlie Sheen's character is named Rick Vaughn. His nickname is the Wild Thing. And he's a pitcher that throws like 100 miles per hour. And he doesn't give a fuck or anything. So when he comes out from like the bullpen near the end of the movie, the crowd in the stadium are singing along to, which is like walkout music, which is Wild Thing. So that song would be great, for the crowd.
I can definitely see that happening.
And by the way, if you guys don't know why he's using Wild Thing, it is a tribute to Onita, which I think Jon Moxley is the American version of Onita by doing these goddamn exploding death matches and stuff like that.
That makes sense. Well, he's only done one of them.
So, I mean, he's done a death match prior to being Dean Ambrose.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, if you know his history.
A lot of people tend to look down on that, but he's a crazy motherfucker for sure.
I love Jon Moxley. Him and Kingston, they're like these people, like the guy, like how to explain? You get the street smart. They're two like street smart motherfuckers that like don't give a fuck. You get like this wise ass from New York, and then Moxley, as in like taking like the Young Bucks as dealer ones.
It's great.
Yeah. I actually enjoy their team more than Ambrose and Rollins, and that's my hot take for that.
Really? Wow.
Because you can tell like they actually would be friends.
It's a more genuine feel.
Fighting, like yeah, because like when the whole like 2017, 2018, they're friends and like they're on edge type bullshit. It doesn't feel like genuine. And then like Vince or whoever wrote that promo made Ambrose say the thing about Roman Reigns' leukemia. It's horrible. But you can tell like Moxley and Kingston are like friends. Like that doesn't like be fake on screen.
Yeah. So who do you see winning this match?
I say the Bucks. As much as they are so fucking annoying on Twitter with the whole new bio and...
That's not annoying. They're fantastic. That is fantastic shit.
And then dressing like at least they don't say drip. Thank God they don't say drip.
I wish they would, just to piss everyone off. Oh my God, you know what would be great? I actually saw this tweet on Twitter from one of my followers. He said that the Bucks should come out wearing Shield gear just to piss off Moxley.
Yeah, I saw that.
That would be fucking brilliant if they did that.
I mean, do you remember the BTE, like, right at, like, after the first Double or Nothing when Moxley debuted? You know what they should do just to piss off Moxley?
What?
Try to do the Shield fist bump thing?
Oh, no, they're definitely going to do that. I guarantee it. Like, Don Callis and them are going to do that on the ramp. It's great. You gotta love the Bucks, man.
Yeah, no, it should open because, like, you get, like, the first live crowd, full live crowd, I should say. I think they're close to selling out. Last time I checked, they had, like, over 4,000 tickets sold.
Nice.
You come out with Wild Thing, you get the crowd hype. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the crowd
absolutely.
singing Wild Thing.
Absolutely.
The energy is great. I mean, it sucks that they're going to, like, lose the baby faces, but it'd be a great match.
So I'm sorry, continue.
Oh, no, I was going to say, this should probably go right off Mox. I don't know when Renee's due. Maybe very soon. She looks, very soon.
Very soon. I would expect it to be probably in July. Maybe August.
I don't know. She looks like she's about due.
Probably next month, then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Moxley, he needs to get written off. He'll do his thing he'll do his thing as a father. Moving on to Miro. Miro, the best man, versus the Murder Hawk Monster Lance Archer. This is for the TNT Championship. As Biggie once said, I want to see two big men with big chests and big muscles bumping meat. And that's exactly what we're going to get with this match. We get two beefsteaks bumping meat right here with Miro and Lance Archer.
Hoss fight.
Yeah, hoss fight. Absolutely a hoss fight. I don't expect this to be as good as Dominic Dijakovic and Keith Lee, though. That match from TakeOver Portland was absolutely out of this fucking world. That was probably one of the best matches, if not the best match of 2020. But I expect this to be a really hard-hitting affair.
Can I interject something? You're not going to see Miro do a fucking moonsault.
I mean, Lance Archer can.
Lance Archer's going to do that old school, to the moonsault thing, but Keith Lee, at like 350 pounds or whatever, doing like Spanish flies and moonsaults and like taking with Vader and Bam Bam started 25, 30 years ago and like elevating it. You're not going to get that with Miro. You're going to get like belly to bellies and suplexes and like a Brock Lesnar type, methodical style.
But it works for Miro. That's the main thing. Like, you look at Miro, and he's a guy that would absolutely work with that style, and he did work with that style. He put on a very good match with Darby not that long ago, and I'm actually interested in seeing what he does. I'm actually interested in seeing what he does with Dante Martin tonight. So Lance Archer and Miro. There's one way in and one way out with this. I understand people's concerns with Lance, but there's no way you're taking the title off of Miro. Miro locks in the game over. Lance Archer passes out. That's how you do it. It protects both guys. Miro continues his TNT title reign, and Miro goes into the summer months with that TNT championship. And when the time's right, Mr. Khan's gonna call up a little friend from Huntington Beach, California, and Mr. Samoa Joe is going to make his way over to the Land of Elite, and he and Miro are going to have a very nice program for the TNT Championship. But Lance Archer, you're not going to take the title off of Miro. I love Lance, but I feel as though Tony Khan sees him as more of an attraction where he doesn't really need a championship. He deserves one, but he doesn't really need a championship. Miro needs a championship right now, and Miro deserves a long, lengthy title reign with the championship, and I expect Miro to hold that championship going into the fall. Lance Archer is not taking that title off of him. Miro wins by making Lance Archer pass out to the game over.
Yeah. It's Miro. It's Miro going to win. Here's another thing. Jake's out of place with Archer being a babyface because like Jake, as menacing as he is better as their combo is great as a heel. Jake seems out of place.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they're going with that. Maybe they play up the storyline of Lance Archer getting rid of Jake Roberts. Maybe
Jake turns on. Maybe Jake, as a snake, and remember what he did with the Warrior. Remember what he did with all the people he turned on. Never trust a snake.
Maybe he sides with Miro. I definitely wouldn't mind that. Maybe he sides with Miro.
Maybe, or maybe he'll find somebody new.
It would be interesting for sure. Maybe we see Samoa Joe come in and feud with Lance Archer, and maybe Jake sides with Samoa Joe.
Maybe.
It's a very, very interesting scenario. I'm very, very intrigued to see where they go, but I see Miro retaining the TNT title here against Lance Archer.
Yeah, I see Miro too. Maybe pass out with the game over, the accolade, the camel clutch, whatever you want to call the move.
Game over. How he says it. Next match. Pinnacle. The Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle. This is Stadium Stampede Part number 2. If the Inner Circle loses, they must break up forever. I'm going to hand this over to you. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. I want to see where do you think either team goes, who wins, and what could the future hold?
All right, first off, fuck Chris Jericho because he donated $5 to New Jack for his GoFundMe. That's just me just being mad at Jericho for doing something shitty, but that's not the point for that. For this match, I think the Pinnacle should win because the Inner Circle has nothing if they win. You know what I'm saying? They're a babyface faction. It's not gonna work. You need a heel faction. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. I don't see this feud ending after this match. That's the thing. I actually see the Inner Circle winning because the Pinnacle got the win in Blood and Guts. So the Inner Circle wins, makes the score even. Then you can have the Pinnacle write Jericho off of television, and then the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle can continue to feud after this, after they take out Jericho. And I say that mainly because MJF, he needs to be occupied for the time being. Because whoever takes that title off of Omega is going to be the biggest babyface in the company. In slides MJF. So, therefore, Paige is going to take that title off of Omega and All Out. Then, at the beginning of 2022, at Revolution of 2022, we're going to see the Pinnacle all in title matches at Revolution of 2022, a la Evolution. And the Pinnacle are going to win all the gold. But for the time being, MJF needs to remain occupied. And right now, the best possible way to do that is to keep this feud going. Plus, if you think about it, just think about this. MJF has been getting the upper hand this entire program. Ever since this started back in September, MJF has always had the upper hand. He beat Chris Jericho at Full Gear. He was the one that won the exhibition Inner Circle Triple Threat Tag Team match. He wasn't pinned at Revolution. Jericho was pinned at Revolution. Then he formed the Pinnacle and took out the Inner Circle for a few weeks. Then he won Blood and Guts. The Inner Circle hasn't gotten a win over MJF. MJF has been dominating this entire feud. When is the Inner Circle finally going to get their just due?
Yeah, true. But like, they did give him a swirly.
A swirly, and MJF beat Chris Jericho, and MJF beat Sammy Guevara, and MJF threw Jericho off of the stage. He threw Jericho off of the top of the Blood and Guts cell, and he dislocated his fucking elbow. But it's all good because he got a swirly, right?
No, unless Jericho wants more. I mean, Jericho's gonna get written off because isn't Fozzy about to do touring again?
So yes, but you could have the Inner Circle stay together and continue the feud. You could legitimately have the Inner Circle win, but the Pinnacle still takes out Jericho anyway.
Yeah, but like they would be so. But like, here's the thing, though: if they do break like together, they'd be directionless in a way. Without Jericho, I mean, yeah, Santana and Ortiz are great as a team. Sammy's great, but Hager would,
Well, that's why you keep the Inner Circle together, just without Jericho for the time being, and you can have Hager. You can have Hager fight Wardlow. You can have Santana and Ortiz. I can see Santana and Ortiz fighting FTR at Fyter Fest. I can also see Sammy fighting Spears at Fyter Fest as well. And that could be the continuation where the Pinnacle get their win back from Double or Nothing. So Inner Circle wins this. Then we get Sammy and Spears and FTR and Proud and Powerful at Fyter Fest. And then the Pinnacle wins those two matches.
Okay.
And then at All Out, you could probably have like a blow-off.
It's a toss-up. It's like all these matches, for the most part, are toss-ups.
Well, except Shida and Baker.
And the main event.
And the main event. But, yeah, I see the Inner Circle winning this.
But here's the thing. MJF, as a heel, he could be like, I broke up the Inner Circle. I did my goal.
True, but how do you keep MJF occupied between now and Revolution when he takes the World Championship? Because as soon as the year's over, then they're going to start building towards Paige and MJF for the AEW World Championship.
I mean, you could find some other baby faces for the time being. Like,
that's why I said you just got to keep...
That's not Hangman Page.
You just got to keep him in this storyline because in this storyline, MJF has the most traction. He has the most heat. You don't want him to go cold only to rebuild him back up again. You want to keep him hot coming out of this program and then moving on to the World Championship.
Yeah, but then again, some people might get sick of it, of this continuing too. Because they kind of like messed up like winning blood and guts on pay-per-view. I mean, on free TV instead of being on pay-per-view.
To a certain extent, yeah, but at the end of the day, they do these special shows in between big pay-per-views.
No, I know that.
That gives the shows a sense of urgency.
No, I get why they do it. I understand that, but like I'm saying, like this type of program, like maybe you should have done Stadium Stampede first and then blow off Blood and Guts. But hey, that's just that's just me.
I guess they wanted to do Stadium Stampede because it was 1 year since the first one, and the Inner Circle lost the first one.
Yeah. So they're going to get their win back, whatever.
Yeah. And this would be their first win. This would be their first win in the entire program because they've been getting their asses kicked by MJF. MJF has been handing their asses to them.
And I like the Pinnacle.
Oh no, Pinnacle will all be champions by next year. They will all be champions. MJF World Champion, Spears TNT Champion, FTR World Tag Team Champions.
And Wardlow becomes the Batista of the group and breaks out.
Yes. Okay. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you still going with the Pinnacle?
Maybe. I don't know how they're... Here's the thing. I don't know how this is going to go. It's not going to be as like last year, as like fun and whimsical. This is going to probably be more serious.
Yeah, I got Inner Circle.
All right, Inner Circle. Maybe I don't. Ooh, no, I don't. If you, maybe Inner Circle. Hell, fuck it, Inner Circle, because like they do need to win.
Main event: Kenny Omega versus Pac versus Orange Cassidy. This is a triple threat match for the AEW World Championship. Omega wins. There's no doubt in my mind that Omega's going to win. I see this potentially being one of the best matches of the year. If they want to go all out on it, this could very well be one of the best matches of the year. I see Kenny Omega winning this. Every single opponent that Omega faces between now and when he gets to Paige is merely an interim opponent. What I can see happening is this. I can see Omega either beating Pac or Cassidy, and then the person that wasn't pinned can advocate for a one-on-one match with Omega, and after Omega fights Callahan, then he can fight that individual, before he gets to Paige. So I can see Omega pinning Pac and then going on to face Callahan, and then we can possibly see Cassidy advocate for another opportunity one-on-one, and we get that one-on-one match with Omega and Cassidy on a Dynamite show before we eventually get Omega versus Paige come All Out of 2021. But I expect this to be an excellent match. Omega right now, he is absolutely fucking untouchable. He's the belt collector, the second best heel in the industry right now next to Roman Reigns. And I see Omega holding that championship throughout the summer. No way you're going to have him lose now.
No. Omega's going to win. I say, and even though I think Orange Cassidy takes the pin, because I love Orange Cassidy. He's my favorite in AEW. Here's the reason why I think OC should take the pin. You want to establish Kenny as a fucking heel? You haven't pinned the most beloved babyface you have in the fucking company.
Well, yeah, that could be true, but at the end of the day, they've really been building up Omega and Cassidy. Like, Pac almost seems like the odd man out, because they've been building this, the tensions between Omega and Cassidy. Omega and Cassidy have been the only individuals that have been face-to-face. There's been no interaction with Pac and Omega. So at the end of the day, you can have Omega pin Pac to get him out of the picture, and then you can build towards Omega and Cassidy.
Yeah, sure, you can do that, but like I'm saying, like you could do it in some finish way too. But this is the first triple threat, or this could be a three-way dance. I don't know how they're going to do this, because Tony Khan did grow up watching like ECW and stuff like that, and the three-way dance is a little different than a regular triple threat, which they have eliminations. So I don't know if they're going to do this.
I don't think they're doing eliminations. If they do eliminations, then Omega eliminates both guys. Or if you want to, you could have Cassidy eliminate Pac, and then that could bring some hope. Like, oh my God, Cassidy could do it, but he doesn't do it. Yeah, Omega's gonna win.
Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be a regular triple threat or a three-way dance, but anywho, it's he's the belt collector. It's Omega. I think Omega's gonna win. He's gonna I think he's gonna drop the AAA belt to Andrade.
Yes.
Whoever, I don't know for Impact. I don't know who. It could be Moose. It could be Eddie Edwards. It could be Samoa Joe. It could be anybody.
No. Omega's not losing the Impact World Championship until probably August. Maybe Slammiversary. I don't know.
Slammiversary's in July. So after he beats Moose, he probably would face like an Eddie Edwards or or Samoa Joe. He could do a deal with both Impact and AEW. You don't know.
Maybe he holds the Maybe he holds the Impact title going into the fall.
Yeah, maybe he loses that Battle for Glory.
I can see that. I see him losing the AEW World. You could easily have him take the AEW World. You could take the AEW World Championship off him, and then you could take the Impact World title off him, because I feel as though he could still do wonders as the Impact World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, he can probably he can elevate the Impact World title. Yeah, but no, that for the first belt he's going to lose is the AAA belt to Andrade.
Yeah. Maybe he replenishes it because Will Ospreay vacated the IWGP World Heavyweight title. Maybe he takes the IWGP World Heavyweight title. Collect that belt too.
I want Suzuki to be the IWGP champion.
What?
I think I want Suzuki as IWGP World Champion.
I think Omega may have something to say about that, bro. He may crush your dreams. He's the dream crusher as well as the belt collector.
Hey. He's like fucking Thanos. He's collecting belts.
Fine, I'll do it myself. And I am inevitable. It's great shit. But yeah. We're Kenny Omega across the board here. That wraps up this edition of The Rundown. I'd like to thank each and every single one of you who tuned into this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out all the links in the description. Shit. Kyle, thank you very much for coming on the show. I greatly appreciate you. It was a great time, man. Great time, as always. We got to dissect everything in depth. Although I do have to issue a warning, don't ever fucking interrupt my intro ever again. Don't smile at me. Nothing to work here. This is all real right here, people.
It's a work.
I'll give you a work.
It's a work.
Shove the work up your ass.
Kayfabe.
Anyway.
Fun.
Anyway, one more time, where can we find you on social media?
I am on Twitter and Instagram at Pinocchio, which is Penoakeo. There's a long story behind that. You can follow my podcasts, plural, I have two. On Twitter for Pro Wrestling Rehab is at Wrestling PWR, and for Hack 'em Up it's Hack Podcast. And if you like what I'm talking, my beautiful voice, I have a that's releasing today an episode for my wrestling podcast on comparing both documentary that just came out this week on the Ultimate Warrior, his biography special, which was co-produced or co-ran by WWE, and his Dark Side of the Ring episode. Just comparing which is more truthful and which is more real and not a puff piece that makes Warrior seem like a great man that he really wasn't. We also just released a episode on Owen Hart. I got emotional talking about his tragedy. I got an episode of Hack 'em Up coming up on Halloween 6th, The Curse of Michael Myers. And then this Sunday, after Double or Nothing, me and my friends who do Pro Wrestling Rehab, we're going to review the pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. And that's going to be out. Yeah, my podcasts are all available on Spotify, Anchor, wherever you get podcasts. Not YouTube, though.
Not YouTube? No. You have a channel, though.
I have two channels. I have one for the podcast. I was going to do for, splicing audio. I'm not good at editing stuff. Like splicing audio for, how Conrad does his clips from different episodes of his different podcasts. That takes a lot of work. I just released the audio for one on the thing. It's working. I've been doing these podcasts for almost a year, over a year for one, and almost a year for another. So
fair enough. But
I got my system.
But definitely try and get more on YouTube. Trust me, you would get yourself out there a little bit more. But ladies and gentlemen, he's Kyle Deemer. I'm DJ Storms, and this has been The Rundown. And I will catch you tweeting tonight for SmackDown and Friday Night Dynamite, and I'll catch you tomorrow for the Lightning Flash update.